Ed, what's the matter with you?
I'm going to a party tonight.
Great!
Yeah, great. But I wanted to wear my favorite shirt.
Yes.
Yeah, so I washed my favorite shirt.
Yeah?
And, you know, I'm an extra large.
Yeah?
Now my shirt is extra small.
Oh!
I think I need a new washing machine.
Yes, Ed, I think so.
You know, the lesson today talks about a problem with a washing machine.
Okay, let's go and read it.
Let's read it.
Okay. So from advance number 1, complaints.
Right. This is a letter,
Yeah?
a business letter. So it has a special structure, right? A special form. First, this is my address, or the person who's writing the letter, write their address. This letter is from a lady named Felicity. That's Felicity's address. And this is the person who we are writing to. Okay, 666 Oak Street, October 21st. This is addressed to Mr. Larry McCann, President, Grumble's Department Store. P.O., that's Post Office Box 5554, New York, New York, 11001.
1.
Dear Mr. McCann, I'd like to bring your attention to the events of the past few weeks concerning a washing machine which I purchased on September 4th from your appliance department. The machine was delivered and installed several days later, but since that time has failed to work. Okay? It's not working. The washing machine is not working. Appliance department. That means the place in the store where they sell appliances. Appliances are washing machines, refrigerators, vacuum cleaners. Those are appliances. Felicity continues. Before using the machine, I read the instruction book and followed the instructions to the letter. They didn't seem to be written in a complicated way. I usually have a head for these things, but for some reason, the machine didn't work. At that point, I reread the directions so as to be sure I had set everything correctly. However, the machine remained idle. So the machine is not working.
It doesn't work.
She read the instructions to the letter. That means exactly. They didn't seem to be written in a complicated way.
Very easy.
Yes, the instructions were written in a simple way. I usually have a head. That means I have a brain. I'm good at these things. But for some reason, the machine didn't work. She read the directions again, okay, to make sure, to be absolutely sure that she had set everything correctly on the washing machine.
To set.
To set, right? To put all the controls in the right positions. However, the machine remained idle. Idle is not working. A label on the back of the machine listed a phone number to call in case of problems. I called and spoke to a technician who gave me step-by-step instructions how to turn on the machine. But the whole process was a waste of time. The machine still wouldn't work. So, what did this woman do? She saw a phone number on the machine, a service phone number, called, spoke to a technician, and she received step-by-step instructions. Okay? Very detailed instructions. But the machine isn't turning on.
No.
A waste of time. She threw her time away. Several days later, another technician actually came to my home to try to figure out what was wrong. I hoped to be doing my laundry by the time he left, but he could not get the machine to work either. He told me I had two options: either to have the machine repaired or exchange it for a new one. Since this machine is brand new and has never worked, I felt I deserved a new one. Okay? So after the woman spoke on the telephone to one technician, several days later, that means 3 days after, a technician,
Another
technician actually came to look and check and examine the machine, the washing machine. Felicity hoped to be doing her laundry. She thought that the technician would come, fix the machine, and then she could do her laundry.
So wash.
Wash her clothing, right? The machine is not working. The technician told Felicity that she had two options. One is to repair the machine, to have the machine repaired, or to exchange it for a new one. That means take the washing machine that's not working, give it to the store, and have a new one to exchange. Okay? But since this machine is brand new means never used,
Absolutely
perfectly new, she felt she deserved a new washing machine. I called your store and was told that the normal procedure was to write a letter to the department manager explaining the problem. I did this several weeks ago, but my letter appears to have been ignored. It's very complicated.
Yeah. Difficult case.
It's a difficult case, okay? So the procedure means that the person who complains must write a letter to the department manager.
Yeah.
I don't think I like this store. Okay? Several weeks ago, right? That means 3 weeks. Okay? Before writing this letter. My letter appears to have been ignored. This is passive, right? Okay. Let's continue. Mr. McCann, by the time you get this letter, an out-of-order washing machine will have been sitting in my house for nearly 6 weeks. This whole episode has been a pain in the neck for me. The machine needs to be replaced immediately. If it is not, my lawyer will be getting in touch with you. Please consider this a final warning. Warning. Sincerely, Felicity Dundee. So, Mr. McCann, when you get this letter, my machine will be 6 weeks in my home not working. 6 weeks is a long time.
Yeah.
That means she has to go someplace to wash her clothes. Maybe to a neighbor's house.
Yes.
Or maybe to a laundromat. This whole episode has been a pain in the neck. A pain in the neck.
Particular expression.
This is quite a particular expression. It just means very, very unpleasant.
Yeah.
Like a pain in the neck is unpleasant.
Yeah.
Or like a headache. So this has been a headache, a pain in the neck. The machine needs to be replaced immediately. Okay, that's pretty clear. Now, if the machine is not replaced immediately, Miss Dundee has spoken to her lawyer. Okay, so we're talking about a serious legal action here because she is not satisfied with her new machine. She spent money for her new machine and the machine is not washing.
Yeah.
So she had to call a lawyer. To get in touch, that means to contact, to get in touch. Please consider this a final warning. This is imperative, right? Sincerely, Felicity Dundee.
Closing salutation.
That's a closing salutation. We could write best regards or respectfully yours.
Okay.
Okay? But in this case, Miss Dundee is not so happy. So she doesn't want to be too kind.
No.
So she is very short, very cold, and she says, sincerely, Felicity Dundee.
That's it.
Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Now
Now-
we can see other particular expressions. The other expression that you wrote, if you want.
You'd like to see those expressions?
Yeah, I'm very
Okay.
curious.
Okay. Now, we had an expression in the letter which said a pain in the neck, which is an unpleasant
Yeah.
thing to experience, okay? When we talk about the body,
Yeah. There
we
are
have-
other expressions.
there are some other funny and interesting expressions. To pull my leg, that means to, let's see, to tell me something that's not true. It may be fun or funny, but in any case, to pull somebody's leg means to tell them something that's not true. It's not as serious as a lie, it's like joking.
Okay.
Okay? How about this expression? Keep an eye on, right? That means to watch something carefully. Okay? Now you can keep an eye on something
Or somebody.
or somebody, right? I'm keeping an eye on you.
Me too, Ed.
Good idea. Here's an interesting expression. Tongue-tied. Tongue-tied. Tongue we know is tongue, right? And tied is like my shoe is tied,
Yeah.
right? It means I have a difficult time talking. I can't talk well. That's tongue-tied. Yeah. So these are some interesting expressions using parts of the body. There are many others, sure, but we won't list them all.
Okay.
So, you saw how to write a formal letter, a business letter,
Yeah.
a letter about a machine, a washing machine that wasn't working. You know, Sarah, I have an idea that this letter was written by a woman who's not so young.
Ed, I wrote this letter.
Exactly what I said, a person who's not so young.
Ed, I'm not so old.
Well, okay, I'm old.
No.
But why did I say this? I said this because it may be that people who are not very young don't know how to use the computer. And these days, most business is done through email.
Yeah.
Especially like a complaint letter or something that needs service, we would use email,
Yeah.
right?
It's
Okay.
very fast.
I think I need to write an email because my washing machine
Yeah.
is not
you
working.
have to.
Exactly
Yeah.
right. You saw what it did to my favorite shirt.
And what are you going to do? To write an email or a letter, Ed?
I think it's better to write an email.
Email,
These
yeah.
days, everybody is online,
Okay.
and I think email will get the best response. When was the last time that you received a letter?
Oh, I don't remember really.
How many years ago?
I think many. And you?
Yeah, it's the same for me. It's very difficult. My mother still writes me a
Yeah.
birthday card.
Or postcards, maybe?
Yeah, she does. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Because she's not so young.
Okay, Ed, so we can go and do some exercise?
I think that's the best thing to do.
Okay.
Okay.
So, we can analyze this text.
Right?
Okay. Doing exercise number 1, for example.
Right. Read Felicity's letter about her washing machine. We did that. And then answer the questions. Felicity says she followed the instructions to the letter. What did she do? What does this mean, to the letter? Okay. Letter is not the letter we wrote to the manager of the department store, but letter, to the letter, means very precisely. What are our choices? She did everything exactly as the instructions said to. She read a letter sent with the instructions about the machine. So here we're talking about a letter. She wrote a letter and got a new instructions for the machine. To the letter, that means exactly. So she did everything exactly as the instructions said to. So I will choose that.
Number 1.
What does Felicity mean when she says she has a head for these things? Okay? She has a head for these things. She can usually understand how to get machines to work. She doesn't read instructions on how to operate machines anymore. She knows whom to call to help her to get machines to work. Now, to have a head, okay, that's a special expression, okay? It means that you know what to do. You have a brain. You have a certain intuition on how to do certain things. So when Felicity says that she has a head, it means she understands.
Okay.
All right.
Number 1.
Exactly right.
Okay, we can do another one. Maybe exercise number 3.
Exercise number 3.
3. Here there is a list.
Right. Felicity lists all the steps she has taken to resolve the issue. That means the problem of her washing machine. They are listed below. Can you put them in order? Let's take a look at the different things that Felicity did. Machine delivered and connected, studies the instruction book thoroughly, buys washing machine, technician comes to inspect the machine, calls the department store. Technician explains how machine works, threatens to take action with a lawyer. Threaten. That means to threaten. That means you're going to say you're going to do something. Okay?
With the lawyer.
With the lawyer, exactly right. To threaten. Okay, now, the first thing I think is
She buys
a washing machine.
Yes,
Okay.
first of all.
Now, after she buys a washing machine, the machine is delivered and connected.
Yeah.
I think that's logical step, right? So the second step is the machine was delivered and connected. Connected to the electricity, connected to the water, right? The water supply, because a washing machine needs water.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think that she studies the instruction book.
You are right. She reads and
Yeah.
she studies the instruction book thoroughly, completely, before turning on the machine. Okay? Now, the machine has a problem, we read.
Yeah.
Okay? So what does she do? She called the number on the back of the machine. So she spoke with a technician.
Mission.
So, the technician explains how the machine works.
Okay.
All right? Now,
And then,
the machine is still not working.
yeah, it doesn't work. And
So she called the service number again, and a technician came to look at the machine.
Okay,
Came
so-
to inspect the
the
machine.
machine. The technician comes
To
in
inspect
her
the machine.
house, okay?
Okay? Still, the
Yeah.
machine is not working.
There are problems.
There are real problems.
Yeah.
So she calls the department store. That's the next step to get some help. But
At the end,
after 6 weeks, okay, the department store told her to write a letter to the department where she bought the washing machine. Now, she wrote the letter, but she still did not receive any assistance or satisfaction. So, the only thing she could do was write a formal business letter to the head president of the department store. And unfortunately, at the end of the letter, she had to threaten to take
Yeah.
legal action in order to get some assistance. So the last action,
is
the next step, she threatens to take action with a lawyer.
okay. So I think now you have to do the same, Ed.
You're probably right. Yes.
Let me see. Yes, Ed. Our lesson is finished, so I think you can go and write your letter or email if you prefer.
Yeah, I think I'm going to write an email.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't even think I have a pen and paper to write a letter.
So an email is a good idea.
I think so.
Okay, so see you next lesson, Ed.
Yes. Okay. See you soon. Next
Bye.
lesson.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.